Hello and welcome to the next episode of our series. Be sure this Lego room and of course my life. Now this one is going to be chaotic as ever. We are going to try and make some sort of space for the X-Men mansion in our Marvel area of the theme park. And I can already tell people typing away in the comments going, it's not going to scale. I know it's not, but I've still got to try and see if I can get it to work on this side. Because if I can't, there is already a backup plan in place. But to get a base plate and a half of space so it doesn't look like it's going to get swallowed, we're going to have to move quite a lot. But before we tuck into that, let's have a look at what we've done in previous uploads. Now, got the sail barge in and we have got it over the cantina. Obviously, it is on the wrong colour base plates. The base plates will be ordered very, very soon and all of this will go down to town. But this is a rough diorama of our bar section slash sort of cantina area of the theme parks. This is where you're going to grab all your food and drink. We're going to utilise that as well because it's all going to be on tan, and we have got the coffee house on the inside which has more tables and chairs. So that is what we got up to in the last upload. In the upload that's going to follow this one, it's sorting out this mess because I made a bit of a schoolboy error. I took all of this off, including all the base plates, to see how this wood was cut. And it's just two pieces, which is really embarrassing because we are going to be doing a big UCS display underground. So there is a mini-series, Star Wars episode 1, 2, 3, and so on through this actual playlist. Now, if I spin the light round, you'll see we have actually got the Harry Potter bits and pieces in, and we've got all the Rivendell, the Jurassic Park stuff. And this is all looking neat, fresh, and tidy. And you can see I've moved all the lights around, so they are very, very dark. And as we come round, we've then got all the Batman bits and pieces with the artwork up. So this corner is good to go. We're good with this. It's all ready for population. Underneath, we've added in storage over the last couple of uploads, and I've got, as always, something rendering in the background for different videos. Ninjago is a sorry subject, but it is all up off the floor now, and this will be a long time to get all of this rebuilt, including the boat and all the other little bits and pieces. I have all the big Ninjago sets apart from the newest one. And to be honest, if I force myself and just buy that, I think it will kickstart this project. So that is in the pipeline, maybe closer to Christmas as such, because I might have a bit more space up here by then. So that's what we've done. This is what we've got to do, which is going to be emotional because there's going to be quite a lot to move. I think the first thing we're going to have to move is that Avengers tower. So with that being said, let's get to it. So you are hands-free. Now, I have plans which never work amazingly, but we do have some sort of plan. I've got to get this fixed in this upload as well. This is bugging me, so this might be one of the first things we actually do. Avengers Tower is going to move, because I think the X-Men mansion, out of everything, that is the only thing it can get away with going beside, just because of how the X-Men mansion actually is. I think either side of the X-Men mansion just happens to be parallel with the front of the Avengers Tower. Or vice versa, you know what I'm trying to say. Whereas with the Daily Bugle and everything else, I think they're set too far forward or too far back, and it's just not going to work. I've seen a photo with it next to the Doctor Strange. It looks awful for scale. Everything else is fine. It looks great. It's just, I think I said it the first time I saw it. It looks like it's a Lego City scale, which is basically the Winter Village scale. So that might be a giveaway of why I'm doing the Winter Village in the next upload. But it is that scale, I think. But I want to try and keep it all together because I think it would look nice with lots of little battles and everything like that. But it's also a good excuse just to freshen this up a little bit because I can't actually reach the red roller coaster to do the Spiderman display. So stuff would have had to have come out anyway, so it's just a good excuse to do it. But I need to try and find a base plate and a half. And I don't particularly want to go over that way too much because that is a completely separate thing. So yes, it's going to be an interesting one, I think. But we have got all the different townhouses that are running down here. I like the look of that, so I think I'm going to try and keep them staying there. I just think that the Avengers Tower looked fantastic when you stood here, but because of how I do the unboxing videos and the building videos and that kind of thing, you can't actually see it. Whereas if it was here, because this is the thing that you always see, it would give that bit more of a presence. Then we'd have another big thing staggered behind it, But obviously I've got a problem with the roof height. So one of the reasons why I'm not 100% sure if this will work is I'm going to have the Avengers Tower facing one way or the other, depending on how it would fit with the X-Men Mansion. And if it doesn't work with the X-Men Mansion, it looks better standalone over this way, then we can create a street going off it, so it's not going to be the end of the world. So there's the plan, that's the waffle, and now we've just got to try and get things done and basically repair the stuff that I broke doing the unboxing video for the AT-80. And this, and I mean it went badly wrong, somehow took the whole thing off as it smashed me clean in the face. Now, am I going to need the destructions for this? More than likely I will do, because I can't quite figure out how this is going to go. So it's not the freshest way to start the, assuming that goes like that, that goes like that, that goes in between, that goes through it. Oh yeah, it might go through it. Hang on. Oh, I just broke, oh no, just broke the whole thing now. Oh, I've literally broke the whole thing. What am I doing? Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. So I'm getting nervous about the moving all the X-Men. Oh, stop. Moving all the X-Men Mansion stuff. I'm assuming it was like that. Take those off. Don't know. Never do that, everybody. That's the most stupidest thing you can do. Assuming it was like that. Could just get the picture. That goes there, that goes there. Do we have 6? I'm going to need the photo. That's embarrassing, because I think actually they go like that. That goes like that, which doesn't look right at all, but maybe. If that goes in there, which it might. This is Muppet versus, is that how it goes? If it's not, that's how it's gonna go. And then we've just got the dangly danglies in there, have we? That's 1. That's gone for ever. That's 2. 4. Am I missing 2 dangly bits? Does that just sit in there? Well, that doesn't look right. Well, I don't quite know what to say, because I know I'm an idiot. But when you look at that, what is missing? I mean, it's quite an it's quite an important thing. But I found it, and I've clipped it back on, and now we have the angry eyeball. The only thing I can't see from the photo, the second I looked at the photo, I was like, oh yeah, it's missing the eye. The only thing I can't see is if it has another black bit or not. So if I find one of these, I will plonk it back at the top. I don't know if it's just got the 1 or the 2. I'm assuming it needs another eyebrow. But this really did, I can't believe how much of a tomb. The camera came off the top of the loop coaster sign, took all of this out, smashed all of it. As I picked up the AT-80 box and dropped the box on the bridge of my nose. But that looks better. So there we go. And we were going to be doing all the diorama bits. So I have found some more blast effects and everything like that, which is nice and helpful. Right, let's move bits and pieces. Like I said, you're going to have to stay out the way for this upload, so you won't feel too travel sick. I will just stop the camera for a second and watch that back, just to make sure you can actually see and it's the right angle, because you look a little bit too high. Right, you've just been adjusted ever so slightly. You just look really wrong, but I think you're all right. So we are going to start with all of this. So now, because I've cleared all the floor space down here, it's going to make my life a lot easier because I don't have the table in the way. Now this still needs a home, so let me know where you think I should be putting that. I do listen to your ideas in the comment section, so obviously keep those coming. Don't even know how that's ended up there, but we've got Daredevil just randomly over on this bit. So minifigure wise, staying. I've been going on about this now. I got these second day they came out. No, second day, maybe third day. Full series of D&D in there, still in the bag. They haven't moved at all. Harry Potter, Marvel, Ninjago, Christmas Carol. So Christmas Carol, Ninjago, Marvel, 3 Harry Potters, another Ninjago, there, Marvel up on the rooftop. Depending on how long this takes, we will be making some little dioramas with all of these as well. So I've got Harry Potter. See, I'm starting to get organised. We've got a Harry Potter bag. Every time I find the minifigures, in they go for all of the Harry Potter stuff. And once, I did say in another upload, we will be doing a full-blown, adding all the minifigures in to everything diorama, and then we should be good to go. Now that's actually from the Fresh shop, which is now down in that bit, and that is a spring lantern. So that is there. That is going in a repair pile. That is going on in front of there, because I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Oh, I really, really hope it's going to. I'm just concerned that I'm going to knock this every time I come to and from. So I don't think I will, because it's actually the widest part of the room, and I've always had this box here because, well, it's always just been here, so it's always I've always walked down the middle. As I find these little flight stands, I have got quite a lot to hunt down and do. I haven't made a Halloween section this year. It's a little bit of a shame. This will need to be relocated somewhere completely different. This isn't going to work in the room at the moment. Right, that is out the way. How many are we going to have to move? It wasn't too long ago that we actually did this, and we actually created a load more space, and it wasn't until, well, like now, I'll show you. It wasn't until like now where you actually realise how much space there is on the table round this side, because of how well we got these in. And I think doing it this way will give us even more room, because I think we've got a base plate of space behind here. So doing it, I think we're going to see the loop coaster in its glory, and we're going to see the carousel better. Yeah, I think it's going to have its pros, even if it doesn't work with the X-Men Mansion. But I think it will. No, it won't. I know it won't. I'm kidding myself. I know it's not going to work. It is. Oh, I don't know. I honestly, until I actually see it in person, my mind is boggled to how they've managed to make it so small. Because this, for example, is only 2 high on that side, so it's got to be close to. It's got to be close to the Ace Brickman in regard to height. The diner's technically 3, but it's 2 smaller rooms. I don't think I've got anything. This would be the only one if it had to go in a street, because it's a double. I think that's what they've done. I think it's only about that tall. I think. In fact, it might not even be that tall, because if it's not that tall, because the building itself is tiny, but the actual rooftop is big, but it's very, very, very shallow. Now, obviously I'm doing all this blind because I'm just assuming that it's not going to work, but me and Jay's Toy Collection UK have had a massive conversation about it. He panicked as well. He was all right. He was calm. He'll put his hand up and admit it. you probably thought I was just being over dramatic about it when it first came out, because he loves the X-Men Mansion, and then he saw a video of somebody trying to get it into his city, and even Jay had to change it. But I think the plan that he's got is extremely good. So in a couple of weeks' time, well, actually no, this is going live the day after the set gets released. So head over to Jay's channel in the next few days. It'll be very interesting to see if he does an update video with where it's actually going to go, because I think a lot of people are going to need to help a lot of people with regards to what it looks best, how it scales between, and everything else like that. Now that can go down there. There's a lot of space on these tables. There's a lot of space on these tables. Right, that goes there, that goes there. And there you go. So I've got to be uber careful because, well, look, I go on about this roof height more than anything else, I think. But look how close that is. And it's not exactly far away from the front of the table. So there's no way that the set can go back a base plate and a half that way. So what I'm going to have to do is have the tower on this corner and then go back the other way. I think. But until I move it, I'm just not going to know. So I'm not going to know. I think, because I know one or two things have fallen off this. Because, oh, that's all right. That I couldn't see. I've never done the flying catching thing. That's what I need to do. I need to find all my other prongs. So I'm missing quite a few of them as per normal, because well, we never took making the dios seriously. But now it is all change. Right. So, the advantage I have got, if it's going to go in that corner, again, I said I'm just going to leave you on the shelf, but you can tell I just want to delay tactic this, is I'm going to see that, which on the side, which is going to be completely different for me. For the unboxing videos, you're going to see that side, which is nice. But then, I forgot about that, it's got the A on the other side. And then you've got the, I can make a little diorama across the back, which is a something and nothing space, but I'll utilise it. Why it is on the new X-Men Mansion, rather than making the building bigger than 5 studs in places, I'm not too sure, because this has dramatic effect on the outside. I guess I could just take, let's have a look. Let's have a look. I thought I just took all the glass off then. I thought, God, I regretted that decision straight away. So I can actually make some dioramas up in here now and easily just take that off and put it back on. So we've got Captain's bum just there. So I need to get another cap back in. So there'll be a cap somewhere. So we'll have both Captain Americas in there. What else have we got in here? So you've got the Tony thing with the arm. That's a cool looking scene. See, what a waste of space. So you're not going to put Loki inside that. You're not going to put the Hulk inside it either. I might, for the joke of it, do something silly with it. I might buy the big crane and just have it being craned out of the building, because it's just such a silly thing. But then you've got the cool thing underneath here where you've got Jarvis talking at the back with Ultron. Where has her hair gone? Oh, maybe I was missing the hair, because I just put these in when I built it. I haven't touched them. And then you've got all of this space at the bottom. So you've got all these chairs and things. So now I can actually make some dios in it. So we can have a little bit of fun. Like, just kicked the Doctor Strange set, but we could have a little bit of fun right at the very end, just putting bits and pieces in that. But if I keep that off, and we'll put. I know it's sturdy enough, but I have a very big track record of smashing everything. No, not having a seizure. Ant-Man, Captain America, and Iron Man, when they fail, go in a car behind a brick wall by a dumpster, don't they? And then they re-change their thing and then shoot off. I could potentially have those minifigures at the back as well. Oh, good grief. Right, that's Loki's thingy taking a tumble. Right, enough of the diddle. I'm going for a nice wide palm grip. So I've got to stay low because I don't know. Oh, I'm actually thinking about it. I really hope I can go base plate back. I actually haven't thought of that. Can I? Oh yeah. Whew. I can. Right, that's to the edge. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. Just get the lights wrapped around. Yeah, it's different. It does overhang quite a bit, mine. So I've got to be careful. I've got to be careful with that. I think let's try it. Because the more I look at it, the more I don't think it's going to work. But I'm still gonna commit for the sake of entertainment. If I can get that back, I can. I could have the road going to there, but then I don't know if that just looks a little bit silly. What do we think? Did it look better? Might look better at the end. I think maybe. I think actually it's going to look better at the end of the table. So let's just plonk you back. I think it's about that angle. This camera doesn't have a screen on the front, so I basically guess every time and hope for the best. So you might see the edge of the castle, you might not. So I've now got to think about how we wrap the road round. Do we bring this over? Do we need a road over there? So that is right to the edge. I think that's the best thing. If I just keep something on the floor there, it'll be fine. I just know exactly what I'm like and what I'm going to do. But that is insane, the amount of space that I didn't actually use behind that table. That's so naughty of me. I just left it, and I generally thought I would struggle for space. Look at it. So we've got 32 studs plus a bit going back that way. Loads. Well, it's the whole length of the coaster. Obviously that coaster is massive. Now Daily Bugle might shimmy over to the left a little bit. We'll have to figure out exactly what we're going to be doing, but I've got a bad feeling now we might not have enough of the modulars. Let me just keep you up there and just plonk these in. So Loki looks fantastic. That looks fantastic. Yeah, see, that works. They work out all right on there. Thinking, what am I missing? This can go. I think it's that way. That way? Yeah. No. Oh, it has to be that way. What am I being an idiot for? Yeah, there you go. It just needs to be pushed. Just needs to be pushed in and up, but I might just leave it resting against it. But we've got something's missing from the top there. Shouldn't have. Nothing's just fallen off. It wasn't there. It wasn't there beforehand. But we've got 1 hole, 2, 3, 4 holes all on the side where we can have these flight stands in. I do want to try and recreate this shooting down for Tony, and then I guess I'm gonna have to spin the diorama back round. Definitely gonna need better lighting. But all of the cast and crew in there. There's Hawkeye's in there with the Thor hammer and stuff. So if they're not there, they're on the ear somewhere. So we had the eyeball. I'm gonna have to use Doctor Strange as our marker, which is this one here, because I'm pretty sure we had it pushed against, didn't we? But this went pretty well. What it did, it went there because this worked and it missed the diorama of the back of what was going on. So what we were doing, which we now might have to change, is we had the Avengers diorama with it, but this might have to come out. You've got Cat, Black Widow, the Hulk is falling off down the side, but on the back here we had these two fighting away. The box was somewhere, and then we had all of these wizardy things on top. So we need Wanda. Where is she? There she is. Need Wanda somewhere. Is that her effect as well? It might be. Let's have a look. Yeah, she's her possessed. Yeah, so her big pink possessed. There's another one there. We double her up. Assuming that's all for her, and then this must be Tony's blast effect. So we could have a little battle up on the rooftop. Yeah, so we can have those three up there. Thor can just be, well, he can just be Thor, he can just be chilling out up at the top as well, and we'll worry about doing the dioramas once everything else is in. Now, modulars and other modulars. Before I risk smashing them, I've just said that they would fit. Don't actually know that they will. So I know who that's from. That means the cube has fallen off somewhere. How are they all fallen off? Oh, it must have hit everything as it came down. Oh, that's got very depressing very, very quickly. Great, okay. Didn't want that to happen. Cow, please say I can get all three in. If I can't, then I'm wrecked for this idea. Oh, bugger. Bugger it, darn and blast. That is not what we want. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I think I can make it work. I just have to move the carousel and that kind of thing over. So if you're now resting on the X-Con vehicle. Any guesses what vehicle that belongs to? I can make that work because I can cheat. Oh, I don't know if I can cheat. It's not cheating. it goes there, there. So they can go in a straight line, I think, because if I push that over, that's the coaster. All of them now go in a straight line, and the Doctor Strange is the tallest. It's a bit annoying. Well, it's not a bit annoying. Oh, yeah, because we have a base plate there, and then we've got those two base plates there. So the Avengers Tower basically took up those two base plates. That's the only thing that was there. So like I said, my thought process is putting the Doctor Strange, the pool, and then the diner all back to back. At least that way, the diner is going to be close to the Spidey coaster, so that will work. It's just not going to be next to the Daily Bugle. But then we're going to have a 32 base plate space there, and potentially a 32 base plate space there. But until I actually put them in there, I'm not too sure what it's going to do. But I think before I do that, just got to be careful with these. So these are, this will have to, I keep saying this, it has to be stripped apart and the base needs to be rebuilt on it. But we keep doing stuff. I can never get around to doing it, but it's my own fault. Right, so that's two base plates gone. So clearly the diner, well, we'll put the diner in next. So Ghostbuster Firehouse moves over, Daily Bugle is moving over. That is the nice bench there. So we've got all of the theme park bits. Oh dear. Oh, I forgot about that. So the diner is absolutely filthy with the brick dust that I forgot to move last time, and it's that embarrassing I'm not even going to show you. So I will turn the camera off. Look at the state of it. Get that quickly cleaned off the back. That is atrocious. Clean it up, give it a vacuum, give it a good wet wipe, and then we'll carry on. So it's been fully stripped down and had a good once over. The only thing is I need my toothbrush and I cannot find where I've put it. It's in a box with everything else and I can't find where I put the box. But it is a cool looking thing. Obviously you've got all the bits and pieces in there. You've got all that kind of thing. I've even taken the front of this off to redo it to make sure it's neat and tidy. And the actual missing bit for the eye, I think, had just fallen behind the back. So that is now all back in and done. So if I put you just here, and we'll build it back up layer by layer by layer, as this is a very, very beautiful set indeed. So teal to the front to keep it nice and simple. So that clips on just like that. So you can see that all matches. Spin this piece round. I know you can't see it very well. And then that bit matches. So you know where I can actually put you for you to see it. No, you're not going to see it there. You're not going to see it anywhere. So you're stuffed basically because I can't rest you on the Doctor Strange set because it hasn't got any roof space left because I was stupid enough. I did the diorama first, didn't I? So this is the last piece to go on. So this just clips on, like he says. Like he says, it will clip on because that's how it was on. But it goes like that. Just need to actually. Oh, now it's embarrassing me. But to be honest, there we go. There you go, just like that. See, simple when you know how, and then plonk them on. All lines up. Good, happy days. Right, Daily Bugle now shifts back out the way. I need to get that Iron Man out of that mech as well. It's the golden suit Iron Man, which is a nice looking thing. Got the twisty staircase on this as well, and I can't remember which way it actually goes. Can't be that way. Can't be that way. That's really... Oh, hang on. Like that. That wasn't that. That bit's got to clip onto there. Has to. Is it not on properly? No, of course it's not. Right, so then that bit goes in there like so. Thank you very much indeed. Happy and days. Good. So it is a really nice twiddle case on the back. So it just allows you to get up to the next level. That's up there. Skylight's open. All good. Right, now you can see what's going on. And I can slide you into place. So the diner is right beside the Spidey coaster. That is far too in, which is good, which means now we should have the smaller one in the middle to be able to see the loops of different bits and pieces. Things you find when you start moving things. There's a random Indiana Jones figure just there with whatever that is supposed to be. So that can go over there and be looked at in a little bit. That then slides straight to there. That is absolutely spot on. And then that goes like that. That's perfect. That is perfect because that is how it would be in a theme park. You have the big ride behind it, you've got all the theming in front of it. Potentially that could actually be the queue line going into the ride anyway. You've got the entertainment bit going on here, but the nice thing is you can actually then just use this pavement to go around the back to get to the entrance of the queue, which is just over there. Or of course you can then just go through the middle of the alleyway, and it is near enough in line with the queue line, because you just walk through the middle, over the brown, and get in. So I can actually link those two up nicely. I wonder what width base plate that is. God, there's loads of room doing it this way. Loads and loads of room. So we have got, that is probably the best use of space I've done for sets, because they are literally kissing there. We haven't yet taken up the full width of this table. And we've got 3 base plates, a huge loop coaster and the carousel on there. And we have still got display space outside the front of the loop coaster, which is now the first time you can see it, because obviously you couldn't see any of this when the Avengers Tower was there, because we didn't mind about that, because we had this bit for the entertainment bit. But now, before we actually do move on, you know what, I'm gonna have to move these. These are really in the way, because I need to do this. There we go, hands free. So you lot can see. So how many studs wide is that gap, ladies and gentlemen? Come on. Get it in the comment section. What are we doing for space? How many studs do you think that is? That's a balloon. Because I guarantee it's not going to be easy. I think I'm going to have to cut something, because it's my life. Of course, it's not 16 studs, is it? No, it is 14. Brilliant. So it's 14 studs back, and then it kicks in, then it kicks in again. So I'm going to have to get a couple of base plates across the back on there, put all of those little bits and pieces up. We've also got the entrance to the carousel to think about, so I've got to spin the carousel around so you can actually see the entrance to it. And basically I think what we're going to do is path it from the middle of the brown, and it wraps around straight to the entrance just there. That is absolutely spot on with regards to a mix of all the theming wrapped around it, because we can just carry on with all these rooftop displays like we've done on this one, like we're doing on the back, so you can see it from the queue line, you know, whatever, all that kind of thing. And then now look, I've got, well, this is silly. It's always the case. You do it and then you go, well, why did I do like that last time? I have got now so much space, it's terrifying, because I could get another 1, 2, 3, 5 modulars in if I wanted to, which I can't, but I could. So this is the question is, are the right modulars where they are? Because that is going to stay where it is. That's part of the street. Don't particularly want to move that because it is supposed to be the theming for this. I'm just mixing it up. It's now not, it's still a Marvel section, but it's just now a Marvel street. We're basically expanding all of the Marvel over this way, and then we're doing the Spidey over this middle bit, and then, well, like I said, we've got an option of doing the X-Men with the Avengers or doing the X-Men elsewhere. But this is a lot of space. Now the Ghostbuster Firehouse can literally stay where it is, or it can now go anywhere, but obviously if it starts to come over, it's going to block the coaster. But you just saw the coaster over the modulars anyway. So let's put all of this stuff back. Because all of this, we've got the park bench with somebody looking like they're going to chunder. We've got the balloon. We've got the balloon seller just on here with his happy chappy face. So you can park just up on there. Then we've got a test of strength, which, you know, that could go there. We can go in the back of these modulars now just to start filling them up. And then you've got a little rocket ride as well, which could go, well, on the other bit behind the diner. So the random space that's behind the diner can now be utilised with the smaller sets. Like, there's more of them around somewhere, so all of that now is home for the smaller sets that I've never ever been able to figure out a home for. Now, rather than keeping you on the shelf, we'll keep you on top of the Doctor Strange. Now, this is the thing. Where does the Daily Bugle start and finish? Now, I'm going to have to go by 32 by 32s and then throw in an odd 16 where required. We know what we're going to do with the front, so I can't get carried away with that, because we're going to have a strip all down the front like we had of the townhouses, and then you're going to be able to see in. But that's your 32. I just got that back. Then I think what we've actually got, oh, we haven't quite, we've gained more space because the Avengers Tower doesn't go back as far as the Daily Bugle. So the Daily Bugle actually goes further back, where we have got, it's not quite base plate and a half, which is a little bit of a shame. So we're now going to be in that scenario of, oh, I tell you what, if this, I can't, if this would move back another 6 or 7 studs, that would be ideal, but it won't. So can I just make a display with the Daily Bugle? Do we have the Daily Bugle facing forward? Do we have it turned inwards so it's off the Ghostbuster Firehouse? So we'll start with that scenario first, because I wasn't expecting this much space. So this has thrown me a little bit, because I thought, oh, it's going to be, it'll be all right, but it might be a little bit tight. But no, it's bonkers. So if that went round like that, and that tucks in there, does that look better? Does that look worse? Because you've got those two big buildings parallel. You've then got the back alley in so you can easily get round. You've got plenty of space to walk around. But that is what you're going to see on the side. But then it doesn't take up as much space. I don't think it takes up as much space for the coaster. Now, obviously, if we spin it round in itself. Wow, that's embarrassing. You fell. Every other minifigure fell at the same time, so I don't know what knocked what off, but you're all safe. Do we do this? It just gets tucked close to this side. So I don't know if we can. If I moved that base plate, I'm not 100% sure that would work if I brought it in front of the queue line. It might. Doesn't look wrong. Doesn't look wrong like that. I think realistically what it needs is probably a just to give it a bit of breathing space, maybe 16 studs, which is one of them. But that is what we've got so far. It's 16, 32 by 32, 32 by 32. Then more than likely that is going to be another 16 there, which it is. Perfect. Look, so that fits straight in on that bit. So really that needs another modular, a small modular beside it, but that is a base plate and a half, but there's no way the X-Men's going to work there. That just is not going to happen. I just wonder, because I've always had to, well, what I've been doing is I've always been moving the townhouses off to put the makeshift table on. But if I left a little bit of white, I wouldn't actually then have to move anything anytime I built or did a review video. It could just stay there and I'd basically have, I just have that white overlap gap. Because if I did that, because we could lose the space very, very quickly, because we would just put a, let's try it. So what we would do is, if I put all of these characters on this base plate here, because what you do straight away is you do that to give it a obviously city-esque type feel. You have your roads and stuff going all the way down. You get another one on here. Then we have the townhouses in. See, what I could do is just have a construction crew on there for something. What? I don't know. But we could put something there, because now with the townhouses going across the front, all that space would be gone. So the vehicles aren't staying. Obviously I need to sort out all the colouring of stuff. Yeah, that looks quite nice actually, like that. It just makes me wonder if I should bring the diner back over and have the diner, Daily Bugle, Ghostbuster Firehouse, or keep the diner there as that run and then put something else in this 32 by 32, because these townhouses would be like that, and they're small enough where it's not going to cause a problem. And I think I'm still going to be able to get the tail of Mr. Hulk Dog stand. That part of the Hulk might be part of that. Where is he? Well, I don't even know where the Hulk's gone. not gone well. So there's the hot dog stand. So that needs to go over in that bit. I had, oh, I put one down there. So I thought I had a spare couple of, I do somewhere, surely have already built up roads. What am I looking for? Grab the latest, so that is Law Times. Ah, see, that looks quite nice. That does look quite clean, actually. Don't think it needs, I don't think it needs a road by the Ghostbuster Firehouse. I think that road can go away, which then gives us another option, because I think you guys and girls might see where this might be going. We could just put the townhouse there, which just keeps it as a feel of theming for the theme park. And the nice thing is, it's not too high for the roller coaster track behind it, but then it's going to make a big difference what does go in the middle. But that looks quite nice next to the Ghostbuster Firehouse. But what I'm trying to do is create space around here so it doesn't feel too claustrophobic. So, oh, you're falling over. I've broken this. Oh, nearly. When I dropped it, I actually cracked the clip as well, so it's all gone wrong. So, pet shop is there, and it's, I know it's staggered off, and I know we got this white bit here, but I'll show you the reason why. It could be, I think it could be used as quite a functional space. I think. I just don't know which is the better looking townhouse. Do we go for the brown? What would stand out more? Do we go all the same colour where you got all the reds together for the Spidey and then it's just whatever else is there? Or do we put a bit of teal in to break it up? Because we're going to have an orange bookshop in a second and a teal townhouse coming, which was Aunt May's house. Because we've always had Aunt May in the teal house. So I'm assuming that is, because that could probably end up there. So we've got a couple of them. And then where is the bookshop? I keep moving you and I know I'm making you dizzy, so you can just stay there until I've got my brain cells together. Where have I put a 32 by 16 bright orange bookshop? Tell you what, study, that does look very, very, very clean. Oh, I like that. I've impressed myself with that. I just hope it comes through in the camera okay. And we've got lots and, oh God, it's over there. Of course I put it in the middle of the Dungeons and Dragons stuff, haven't I? How did it end up over a loft hatch? How? Useless. I am absolutely useless. Right, so now both of these need a clean, but I'll do that off camera because I spent so long on the other one. I know I'm losing time. Okay, well, actually, we might have a bit of a, oh no, I'm saying we might be off a bit, but I think, no, of course we'll line up with the Ghostbuster Firehouse, won't we? So that's the run of townhouses, and because the townhouses are so small, you can now see, we've always had this, but I think now it's actually picking it up on camera a lot better than what you could see. So you've got this huge walkway down the side. Now obviously what I can do is just tile this to match the road plate behind this, because this is just, well, it's just a waste of space on that one. And then it just looks like it carries on coming down. We could potentially put something here and then just stop there. But what I do want to quickly do before I get carried away is make sure the table fits. But actually, no, I will carry on getting carried away with myself, because this now looks a huge space, and you can really see nicely the front of the Daily Bugle, and obviously the taxi's there. And then we've got a nice little bit of tree and everything else, and then we've got the 32 by 32 base plate. So they're all there or thereabouts the same height, and then we've just got that townhouse stuck in on that bit. And of course, what will happen is there'll be a road plate. I am 1,000,000% sure I have got yellow and everything else road plate just to go down on the front. In fact, I'm being stupid. I've got double there. I take that single away, push those two down. That one goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. I need to replace the white with the yellow for New York. So I did originally have the white for Gotham. We've got a spare 16 by 32 that can go with my. So you're trying to be organised, pile of 16 by 32 base plates that I am acquiring. So I've got loads of these for some reason. So yes, so it curves round. So we've got the Punisher vehicle, because that's what we're going to use this for, close to there. That is there, massive space. That is there, and it's a shame. If we didn't want this nice spacious area, and I think I want the spacious area, if I took the road plate away, we could have a 32 by 32 here, and it would still finish in the same bit, and put two of those in that gap. But I think it would ruin it. But that, I think, is by far a much better and cleaner way of doing it. And I'm really going to have to spend a bit of time getting some of the base plates down in there. If I can get a... just don't know what colours. Oh, maybe green. It's all green. Oh, I've got more here. I might lose my fingernails and try and get some of those off and see what we can do with that. I will do that at the very end of this upload. I think that's what I will do. So table, there we go. That's it, getting carried away. Table is next, which is this thing. Desperate for biscuits. I've got a dry, boring, rich tea that I'm thinking of chewing on, but I'm that hungry, but I'm still despised that there's no chocolate on it. I've not actually, I've not nibbled it yet. So this is something I've got to think of on the Ninjago side as well, because I use this table so much for unboxing and everything else. I've always had to take this off. But I think that might be just enough space, just what's needed. We'll soon find out, because if it's not, then we might be able to play with it. But that should just slot. Oh, it does. There you go. Yeah, absolutely spot on. Because the reason why I did it gingerly is I kind of put the docks where it needs to be on that side. So we've got a base plate and a bit of space, and we've got a base plate and a bit of space. And in fact, it's almost, let's hope it's always favouring the one side, but yeah. So I can just use this as a space, but like I said, this bit here, in fact up to here, could be something if it wants to be. I could just put, well actually to be honest, I could just do what I've done over there and shove a coloured base plate down, not to put anything there with regards to buildings or people, and then just take the table on and off so you wouldn't actually see the white table. There you go, that is what I will do. So when I order all these base plates in, I just need to order another 3 that I'm gonna lose of whatever colour, just to brighten it up, maybe a bit of grey. It's just not big enough. It's just a shame because it just overhangs. by, you're overhanging by 4 studs. Because obviously what would look quite nice, I can't push anything back because the red roller coaster track's in the way. But if I could, and if I had these overhanging, I could just put a strip of road plate down and just not put anything on them. But it would just be overhanging, or I could just try maybe cut it to fit, because you can see it's overhanging. But if I just connected this round and then connected it round this way and over, let us know. What would you do if you were stuck in my scenario? What's the battery doing? Battery's about to die. So let us know what you would do in that scenario. I will move the table and then we'll carry on going that way. Right, the battery has been changed and I've caved. I've had that rich tea, I'm afraid. So you can see it in my teeth. I do apologise. There's me going. I don't know why I haven't got enough road plates. We put them down here, didn't we? We put them down here. You've probably seen them the whole time. So I might as well test to see what it looks like. Because that is 2 of them, as you need, he drops in, falls down the lock ladders, and there's another 2. Yeah, so I either wrap it round with the roads, like that, which kind of makes it look like, I don't know. I don't know if it just needs to be plain. Just needs something else. Now the other thing I've got plenty of it, is that. So we could have an abandoned train track, basically to, say there, just have a run of it and just base plate it over the top, put a train on there and have a damaged train on there, because well, there's plenty of train references in Doctor Strange. There's train references in Spidey. And no, it's a subway. It's not like, I guess they have got a big train thing in New York as well, haven't they? So maybe I do that. I'll put the train track down to start with, see what you guys and girls think. And if you don't like it, then I can change it. It's only because I've got some track close to me, not all of it. I thought these were straights, the curves. Oh no. I know where it is, and it's going to be an absolute swine to grab, I think. Yes, I was lazy and I put it back in here, which I don't think I did. Might have done. There's another 16 by 32. Did I put the track? See, this is the train in question. This was one of my first ever adult sets, and this thing now is worth an absolute, I tell you what, it doesn't look bad there. It doesn't look bad. Absolute fortune these things are. Now I've got the whole thing. I think it's in this box. And that would just be really easy for me to move as well, because I'm just thinking of from a laziness perspective. I've got an exclusive Toys R Us wagon in here. What stuff do we have in here? This is why we're going to have like a stuff day of just things. Oh, here's more of the road plates. So thought that was there. Thought I had more. I must have just started to tidy them up and put them back in here. Yeah, it's all of this. I don't even know if you can see my arm. I don't even know if you can see the train, to be honest. I didn't really think that through. I've got you so high and I'm on my knees, I don't think you can. So that's the train in question. So if you want to Google 10219, you can see it in all of its glory. I have got the complete train, and I think if I just got another 4 bits of track, I think that'd be the 2 carriages it comes with, and it can just fill in that gap. I think. And then I can easily remove it, and we can figure out which way it wants to go. Now the rest of the train will be in here somewhere. Now this is a train that I have tried to utilise in multiple, oh, it might have been lazy, multiple displays. What do we have in this box of stuff that hasn't been touched for a very, very long time? I've got loads of row plates. Right, we've got Iron Man's head smashed up. Brilliant. We have got helicopter broken. Another base plate, perfect. A very old school train. Do like my trains, you see. I've got a soft spot for trains. That is part of this. I think that's part of the truck it comes with. I think you can see. Let me just have a rummage. Right, there's another straight bit of track, so that's 2. Well, this could be a turn up for the books. Another base plate. No, can't do that one. A bit of track, bit of curve. Well, that's a bit of a bugger. The rest of the train's not here. Which means the rest of the train will be with the track. I think. That is part of Tatooine. How has that ended up in here? I don't know. But I recognise that from something because it's the same colour. So that can go over there and... I shouldn't have started rummaging through this box. That's Tatooine. That is also Tatooine, and that's a door for a train. I have a bag, well, that's always a worry, isn't it? Bag 4, pins and stuff. So remind me that that's in there. Toys R Us exclusive shop. Random bricks. Construction-esque stuff. There is a big fire engine in there. Huge fire engine, some Ninjago minifigures. Some other Technic bits and pieces. Phone charger cable. Which will work, I would imagine. Any idea what these trees are from? Well, that I am surprised with. And there's another box. So this would have been from year before. This would have been 2021, I think, this stuff went in here. So, this is the side, as you can tell, like a pab cut. Another straight bit of track. So up to 3 bits. So that's... we're getting there. Well, this is very, very interesting and depressing. I didn't realise any of this was here, so... I don't know what the Technic bits are for. I don't know if I want to carry on rummaging, to be honest. Probably not. There's lots and lots. Oh, I've just grabbed, what, there's 5 minifigures there, so that's a handful of stuff. Right, I will now put all of this back, and then we'll actually carry on with the display. Well, didn't that escalate quickly? So I have got some of the bits and pieces of the track, and I found some other bits and bobs, so we'll just basically put it down, see what this actually looks like. The rest of the train is in other boxes, but that, I think we need 6. Yeah, we do, just the 6, and that will stop. What I do is, if I take that off and push that together, so 6 bits of track is all bar a stud is 3 32 by 32 base plates. And then can just work out what to do with this, because it doesn't block the view whatsoever. So obviously when you stand up, you're not gonna, the view's not going to be blocked, but it's just something easy for me to think it's the wrong track for the wheels, to be honest. I think I need the other track, which is definitely isn't happy. I think the other track is the other colour, which is that stuff. So that's what the remains of this is, but I think this track didn't fit originally, but it adds to it because don't forget it's supposed to be a theme park slash city area, so we could just have that as abandoned. Potentially could try and get not that I'm going to, but what would look nice, oh no, I could do it if it wasn't stickers. If I could get some prints, I could have graffiti up on the walls, because it looks like it's an abandoned area, and that could be very similar to the Miles Morales animated Spidey show. So we've got lots of Easter eggs and references all around this land, because obviously it's just a full-blown land for everything. But we've got lots of 16x16s, which I will re-put back down. 2 different taxis parked in front of each other, so that works nicely. I think the yellow is a bit more striking than the white, so I will change that over. But at last we're moving on down. So before we even do that, I'll put these two back before they get lost, because this will be revisited at some point when all the base plates get sorted out. Right, so we have got all of you on the floor, and these are all the minifigures that now need a home. So where do we start? Because oh, slight problem. Oh, I didn't think of that. The townhouse, that one there, is the one where I actually use for my speed builds. So I think that townhouse actually needs to go here, because I actually rest this camera on top of that. So what I'm going to have to do before we do anything else, really annoying, is just take that off. Plonk that down there. And you're going to see this live, because I'm going to keep you recording and just see if it works. Where would you... oh, you're miles off. You are miles off. If I was sat here, you'd be there. I think that'd be right. So if I took the pet shop out, put that townhouse... smashy, put that townhouse back there. What do you see of this table? So I'd have to move the time lapse, I'd have to move that, which then gives me options, because obviously I would sit, normally the camera's about there, so my hands, I would be sat there, lose that corner, so that townhouse has to stay. So that's made that decision then. So it's the bookshop or the pet shop. What do we prefer, the front? Will the pets stand out a little bit better against the... hang on. No, of course not. We'll put the bookshop beside the Ghostbuster Firehouse, because we can use the ghost in the library. There we go. And that's actually a little bit taller, though it makes a difference because we can still see everything, he says. So that's you on the roof. There you go, hands free. Pet shop is coming, moving. And then this can come off. So we've got an Easter egg in the pet shop, so I put a boxer in there because obviously that is a little Easter egg to Rocky. So the whole display has loads of Easter eggs in. I'm putting this table back like an absolute melon. There we go. So that's going to be the new run. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. In fact, just put it in. You can't even see it, so that's okay. Right, well, if that's the case, because this is the best roof to keep the camera, I can now just use this rooftop for the rest of the stuff that I need, and we will make a display. Stay still on the top here. It's embarrassing, you know. You're just falling off. Now, I think, yeah, you'll see all of that. Right, so let's get these guys and girls back on. So we will have Wanda in the corner because she looks pretty fierce with all of her effects just like so. So that looks smart. And then we'll have Agatha fighting her for whatever reason. This one, that's whatever sorcerer this is supposed to be, can be on that wobbled. Why did that wobble? Right, you're on. And it was just those on there. Now if I get any more witches or anything like that, then that can all be that kind of thing. But yeah, I think it does the trick nicely. And then one just we put her like that. There we go, it's a bit better. A bit more space. Yeah, a bit more space. Right, Easter eggs then for other bits and pieces or just things happening. That needs to come back onto here. So that is this bit that is firing out of the Daily Bugle. And I don't know where the minifigure's gone. Well, that's embarrassing. I don't even know where the flame's gone for the back of it either, which is, again, no good to anybody. So they will be added. They will be added as we go. Or, like I said, they'll just be added in a completely separate upload when I get all of the minifigures out of the boxes. Daredevil can go back up for whatever reason in there, talking to him. Carnage. We've got Spidey taking a photo. We've got Ghost Rider going up. We've got all of those. Carnage can just be hidden. I reckon if we have him there, grabbed onto that bit, that looks pretty cool. All I need is the Venom to do the same thing. I've got 3 Venoms. Can I see them? No, no, I can't. Oh, hang on. What am I doing? So Daredevil, I'll have to go with the Punisher. So we've got Kingpin, the Punisher. I need to get the rest of the team for these two to go against them. We've got Spidey Pig and Jobby up there. Oh, that's what fell over. The desk has taken a tumble. So the desk for the Daily Bugle is being put back, sort of put back together. So when I said this is actually just turning into, because originally, like I said, oh, there's going to be a turn into making space for the X-Men Mansion. I'm having far too much fun sorting out all these minifigures. I could now care less if the X-Men Mansion doesn't fit in here. Oh, we could have a bit of an egg. We'll have you stood on the car, because this car is technically 3 cars. It could be the Ghost Rider car, it could be the Punisher car, but it is technically Vin Diesel. So I need to find the Vin Diesel minifigure, and that can go in there. This cool looking thing can now go on the, that's embarrassing, just broke it. That cool thing that I've just broken can go on the road, and we can make a little bit of a diorama up at some point on there, because that is a cool looking thing. Oh, there he is. I'm sure that's a minifigure that comes shooting out of that. Just missing the flame at the back. I know I've got a couple of spare ones, so that's okay. Now, in case people are wondering what's going on with this, when this broke a long, painful time ago, I couldn't find hardly any of the pieces. But every time we move stuff, the panel is almost, look, back together. Oh, hang on. Is it back together? Is this the last piece? I got excited now. There's no way this is the last piece. I've taken months to find the pieces for this. Months and months. No. We're missing a run. Sure, we're missing a run. Is that going to work? Oh no, don't break everything. No. No! Hang on. See, this is why it's a disaster series, because just knocked all of them off. Going from bottom to top, they all just fell out, which is not what we want and not what we need. I don't even know how that one just came out. I'm sure that one's from there. Was it from? Oh no, it wasn't. It goes that way. So the sign's just fallen off the front of that. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's got bad to worse, this has. What a disaster this is turning into. It's like amateur hour every upload now. You've got all these professional, good-looking channels, and then you've got somebody like me that can't figure out how this goes back on. I'll start swearing in a minute and change the name of the channel. Angry Lego Brick, something along those lines. Come on, all right. That is on and properly on, and that is in and properly in. That's the second thing to go in, which I've just broken again. That's that frame, and that is, you can't see what I'm doing off camera, but you don't want to. That is right, that's all squished. That's all squished back down, so that's in properly now. They're wedged in. Got a bad feeling I'm still missing a run on this. No, I am. I think. Because... oh dear Lord. Right, that can just stay. That can stay in there. I need to fix it before I lose my temper pile. And we will put this back in. So I built it that well. Nothing broke. Well, I say I've just built it well. I've just rebuilt it. So it's always got a fall in it until it starts to shatter. Now it's falling apart. Ah, I've jinxed myself. I've jinxed myself. Push all them back down. Push them all in. It's because it's got so much weight on the front of this. That's the thing. Right, that goes straight back in. Now it won't work. Not happy, definitely not happy. And we are there, so that's back in. We're missing the front of that. And then we have got a random spider. And then we got some figs on there. So don't worry about making the best displays in the world. Just kind of want to tidy up the bottom of this because it's all been squished and squashed and broken. We will actually get onto the X-Men Mansion bit at some point. I am fire. No. I'm now losing against a plant pot. How can I not get that back on the stud? Oh, there we go, genius. There we go. Right, so let's move these out of the way. Not on the floor, but let's just move those out of the way quickly. what are we going to do with this gained space? So we know what we're going to do with regards to that. I just had a couple of vehicles in and then we'll be good. That works there. You know, I don't need, actually no, I was about to say, I haven't even checked to see if it's a base plate and a half space. But we do have a base plate and a half of space because the Ghostbuster Firehouse is a base plate and a half of space. Now what I've actually just realised, without even thinking about it, is that I've always had that on top of the Ghostbuster Firehouse. And obviously that is part of this. So we can now do a crossover Ghostbuster X-Men Mansion type thing if need be. Yeah, because the table comes to this bit here. So we have got not quite. I could. Oh, let's have a look. I could put something there. Just don't know what, because we've got. They could. We've got to figure out what we're going to put here, and if we're going to butter it up to this bit, or this bit, because we've now got three shapes and sizes going on. And then what have we got space-wise behind that car? Let's get some other base plates on it. Just running off camera to grab some more. So we are here. I've just found a little bit more of that train. So we're not going to have two. Oh, that go back. Oh, hang on. I need two hands for this. I always do this, and it all goes a little bit weird. Right, that is to the back. Oh, we're close. Give me any more? Oh, you are joking. It's not even half a stud it's off by. Not even half. Oh, that is so close. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's tight. So we have got two base plates of space and what is going to be a equal walkway all the way down of some description. So that's what we're left with. We are left with two options for here. Those two options are the X-Men Mansion goes in front of everything, which will look absolutely dreadful, or it goes over there. But potentially it actually faces this way, and then the rest of the display is behind it, rather than it being the other way around, which, let's be honest, it'll look dreadful. So I think we're gonna not do that. It all looks better, and like I said, we've actually gained 32 by 32 there. We've gained something to go there, so that's happy days. And we now know there's two base plates of space over there, so that's absolutely fine. Those two base plates of space will be used probably now with. We'll do a crossover. I think we'll figure out what we're going to put. We could have the Avengers Tower as the end of the one display, and the Ghostbuster Firehouse as the start of the next. So that way, it's all mythical ghosts and whatever. So that works because we've got the Stranger Things D&D. This I will have to build up, which is the Snake Mountain. Snake Mountain is obviously the big slide. That'll be the ride for that this zone anyway. Got to get all the correct colour base plates down on this bit. That in a different upload will go underneath there, so it's just out the way, so we can see how much space we've actually got, and then we should be all right. Now I'm looking at how long is left on this memory card, and I can't believe how long I've been talking for, so I do massively apologise. Now, where's this come from? A random letter. I don't even know where the letterbox has come from. So I do massively apologise, but I think we're going to have to wrap it up because we've been going for far too long. Let us know in the comment section below if you like what we've done with this. I'll leave it all open. I'll think about it for a little bit before I actually start making the dioramas up. I now do have reach over for here. It does mean that we can now raise this up, because I want this higher. So I think I can now reach that and raise it up a little bit higher. And then we can revisit this section by making up more dioramas and putting the bigger pieces in. And yeah, looking at that sort of, that nice little gap through, I think that would be a nice way just to go through into a completely different land. But where the land starts, I'm not 100% sure, and I still don't know what to do with this bit here. So we could either have a battle here, we could do something here. The other option is we turn the Ghostbuster Firehouse. Because if we turn the Ghostbuster Firehouse, we have the side of it. We'll have half a base plate of space in front of it. I don't know how turning it's going to... We then gain space beside it, and we can carry on with the run. Does that make sense to anybody? No? Okay. So I think what we could do is if that gets pulled, and that one gets pulled. I'm not saying this is the best idea, I'm just saying it is an idea. This, oh, so heavy, spins, so you come back with me, that spins round. Yeah, I boxed myself in, haven't I? That's not cool. Ooh. Just hit the roof on the other one, not ideal. So it's like that, because then what this gives us, it gives us a completely different dynamic, because depending on where you stand will then obviously depend on how you see it, and then this now feels closer to this area. So you've got a smaller walkway in, but doing that, it's going to ruin the Snake Mountain. But you can see here, we can carry on with the road, and we can have another 16 by 16, 16 by 32. So if I do this straight away, that goes like that, so the road carries on. This then gets pulled over, so it's now in line. We have space for another 16 by 32 there. So we've gained something potentially for the marble, but we've lost it. I just don't know which way looks better. I'm going to spin it back round because I think it's better the other way. But we have got some options to mess around with it as such. But let me just put this back to how it was, and you guys and girls, because this is how we're going to finish the video, can let me know which way to have the Ghostbuster Firehouse. Do we have it faced in like this? Just literally say faced Ghostbuster Firehouse, faced in, or faced out, and this is the faced in way, and what I've just spun it to is the face out. So right there ish. So it needs a little bit of work, but yeah, that was not too bad. That's quite successful. I think we got quite a lot done. So said we're going to finish on this bit, but I think we've just taken far too long. I have got some of the smaller ones down, but I think we will fine-tune it all in one video by doing all of the dioramas, because you can see just how long they take. But it would be nice to find all of the other minifigures and just get them all in. Roads look nice, and then obviously we've got literally just all those plates. Figure out what we're going to put on there in a much later date, or just leave it blank, or could be a ride, could be the little Ferris wheel, could be whatever. We have got little little rides dotted around, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But guys, that is it, and I am done. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Hopefully you think the end result looks a little bit better. I think it was a complete waste of time for the X-Men mansion, but I'm glad I've done it because I think it looks a lot better anyway. We have got space to put the X-Men mansion in, because don't forget, it can go just here, can't it? That's the first thing. So we've actually got two or three places it can go. This just goes to here. We've got a base plate and a half. It's going to look tiny, but there's an option. We've got 2 base plates of space down there. It's going to get swallowed by the Ghostbuster Firehouse, and I can't push this over anymore for it to line up, I don't think, and I want this at the end of the table anyway. But there's your 2 options. Option number 3 is this goes in there. That one also goes in there, and then you've got a base plate and a half of space, so it literally starts here and it finishes, well, that's 2 base plates, isn't it? So it's a base plate and a half wide, so it'll be smaller than that gap, and then you can see into everything, and you just got the one townhouse on, which isn't the worst of ideas, to be honest, because you just have these 2 facing inwards. But then would you be able to see everything else that is going on? And do we really want 3? Well, it's a nice little street, and then we've got a nice little street there. So whatever I put there, it's going to be, well, it's going to be modular of some sort. That's going to look like a town anyway, isn't it? But that's three options that we can go there. But until it's bought, until it's built, and until it even gets released, we're not actually going to know. So like I said, I've done all of that in case, and I've now got to do it again in a different area in case it does not scale. So keep your eyes peeled for the next upload, because it's going to be completely different to this one. And also, not only do you need to let me know about the Ghostbuster Firehouse, which I think, to be honest, it looks better like that. I think it does, because it gives us more space for the other section. Got to think, do we want a train track running down here? Do we want just base plates or whatever else? But just let us know in that comment section below. So guys, that is it, and I am done. So if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and catch you next one. Ta-da.